Heaven's California.
Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be talking all things Royal Rumble. Last night the Royal Rumble did go down, and boy oh boy, this is my favourite WWE event on the WWE calendar. I enjoy WrestleMania, but the Royal Rumble, there's just something about it that makes it the Royal Rumble. And a lot of people hate on the WWE because they say it's all botched, it's all fake. Now, let me make one thing clear. These professionals are competing, I believe there is live events Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So they get Wednesday and Thursdays off. Every other day, these people are working. You seriously think, okay, there are elements to WWE that are not actually, they're fake, and there are things that are actually real. Superstars that get injured, or the professional wrestlers that get injured, are not faking an injury. They do have an injury and they are injured. You know, you can't botch breaking a leg. You can't botch having your arms snap backwards. You know, you can't botch these things. And a lot of people say it's not so gruesome. UFC fighters work harder. Boxers work harder. The difference between boxing, UFC, and World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, boxers wear gloves. UFC fighters wear gloves. Wrestlers don't wear gloves. It's bare fists. Now, if these people were punching the crap out of each other on nearly a daily basis, they would not be able to have superstars on the roster that are coming up to nearly 20 years of service, or have wrestled for over 10 years. You wouldn't even get them in 5. There'd be so many injuries and people would not be there. So you do have to have some sort of element that is fake. But when they do hit the mat isn't sponge, okay? It is wood. That is wood with a canvas on top of it. That is it. Okay? When they're dropped outside the ring, the barriers, they're not all foam padded. Okay? Wrestling does hurt. Okay? I have been to a live event, or I have seen a live wrestling event, and I've seen the ring and how it's constructed, and that is not it is bad. And I take my hat off to professional wrestling, because a lot of people do hate on it, and you have to take it for what you are. I'm not particularly a fan of the UFC because it just doesn't really appeal to me, and a lot of people who might not be, long-standing wrestling fans will come along and they'll watch the Royal Rumble because there is that element of surprise, and they never really let on to who's going to win. A lot of the WrestleMania matches and stuff, you kind of have a good idea about who they're going to push to win. But the Royal Rumble, there's 30 people, you don't know who's going to enter, and you don't know who's going to win. But before we do jump into this, if you did miss any of yesterday's 2 uploads, there was the FIFA 18 Train to Glory, which I'm looking at right now. That was titled, "This filter makes you use very easy coins," which it does, not clickbait. And then we had the new series, Special Gaming Sunday, which was something new, and you can find out about that if you watch the video, and it will be up in the top right hand side of your page. But we'll start on. Obviously you have the kickoff show. I don't really watch the kickoff show. The only kickoff show I watch is the WrestleMania one. I believe the kickoff show matches were there was a tag team match between the Revival and Gallows and Anderson, which was won by the Revival, so that's good to see the Revival getting a win. There was a cruiserweight match, which was the Lucha Libres versus TJP. I can't even comment on it because I didn't watch the kickoff show, and I don't really know what happened to the kickoff show. I only watched the highlights of the actual Royal Rumble event and the main show. But we start off with the show, and we start off with the WWE Championship match, which was a 2-on-1 handicap match. It was Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles, the WWE Champion, and walks out the match WWE Champion. I could see it coming. You know, SmackDown, they don't have another pay-per-view, as far as I'm aware, until WrestleMania. So, WrestleMania is, what, early April, so they got just over 2 months without a pay-per-view, I think. I think Raw have got the Elimination Chamber this time, which is why things happened in the Royal Rumble that I thought were going to happen. But he wins it in convincing style, you know. People would see it as coming against the odds, and I think WWE are trying to push Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, but the rumour was Kevin Owens had a little bit of a back injury. It might have been why they might have swung the results at AJ Styles. I do not know. But I don't think these tandem two partners chasing after one championship works. You know, it kind of... They did it with Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho for a while. They split them up, and I think we will see a Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn split. What would happen if... I don't know if they were to split. I think Sami Zayn would still go back to being the babyface, because I just don't see Kevin Owens as being that babyface. And I'm looking past the camera because I have got, I've got YouTube open on the TV and I can see some of the matches on there. So, yeah, so that was the result of that match. Then we went on to the next match, which I believe was the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. 2 out of 3 falls. The Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. The winner of that being the Usos. Now this one, the Usos, I'm pretty sure, you know, normally with the 2 out of 3 falls match, it goes 1 fall for one team, 1 fall for the other, and then it comes down to the final one. But it came down to the final, it actually only went to 2 rounds. And it looked like Chad Gable had messed up something from the top rope. Was supposed to come down from the top rope, break the cover, but landed short and started scrambling. And obviously the ref can't stop the count if he thinks it's going to work. That if he thinks it's there, the count's there, then he's going to count the 1, 2, 3. And they count the 1, 2, 3. Usos retain title. I don't like the new tag team that they put together, Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. I much preferred Shelton Benjamin when I started watching WWE, which was about 2007, or started following the WWE. I didn't start watching until about 2009, 10. Then I took a break at 2013, started watching again in 2015, I think. Yeah, 2015 I started watching again. And I preferred Shelton Benjamin as a singles competitor, and then maybe put Chad Gable back with his old tag team partner, Jason Jordan. But we'll come on to him later on in the video. But moving on to one of the main attractions of the Royal Rumble, which is the Royal Rumble match itself. Now, as much as I'd love to go through each and every one of the competitors, I'm not sure. If I can find one, if I can find it online, I will. I'll have a quick look here. But the winner of the Royal Rumble match was Shinsuke Nakamura. And we kind of predicted already that it was going to be a SmackDown superstar. Because of that they don't have the other pay-per-views, they need to book their main event basically for WrestleMania now, and it's looking like it's gonna be an AJ Styles Nakamura main event of WrestleMania, which is nice to see. But I would also let's see, hopefully they're the WWE. Okay, yep. Okay. So, here are the Royal Rumble entrants. So we started off, number 1, number 2, Rusev and Finn Balor. Number 3, Rhino. Then Baron Corbin, Heath Slater, Elias, Andrade Cien Almas, Bray Wyatt, Big E, Sami Zayn, Sheamus, Xavier Woods, Apollo Crews, Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro. I believe Shinsuke Nakamura actually eliminated the most people with 3. He actually eliminated Sami Zayn, John Cena, and Roman Reigns. We then had Cesaro, Kofi Kingston, Jinder Mahal, Seth Rollins, Woken Matt Hardy, John Cena, the Hurricane Helms came in, lasted barely any time at all. Then we had Aiden English, Adam Cole from NXT, which was great. We had 2 NXT superstars, which was nice to see. Then had Randy Orton, we had Titus O'Neil, we had The Miz. We then had Rey Mysterio coming back. You know, we haven't seen Rey Mysterio in the WWE for 3 or 4 years, and I think it was 2014 the last time we saw Rey Mysterio in a WWE ring competing. He obviously went to Lucha Underground for a bit. Now, I don't know if he signed back permanently for WWE. The man is ripped, okay? He's a little guy, but he is ripped. He is really good in the ring. You know, huge reception from the WWE fans because everyone loves Rey Mysterio. He's a great guy inside the ring and outside the ring. And I'd like to see him on SmackDown Live or maybe even on Raw competing in the 205 Live Cruiserweight division. Then we have Roman Reigns at 29, Roman Reigns at 28, Goldust at 29, and Dolph Ziggler, who came in at number 30. Dolph Ziggler coming back, obviously, at the last event, vacating the US title. Now he's back. Is he going to want that US title back? Is he going to have a rematch with Bobby Roode? We'll have to find out. But the match went on for an hour and just over an hour and 5 minutes. It actually looks like Roman Reigns, the babyface of the company now. Basically, it's looking like Roman Reigns is going to take in the footsteps of John Cena and take the lead role as the lead superstar of the WWE. Actually, eliminating 4 people. The person he went the longest, I think Roman Reigns, he went pretty long. Rey Mysterio at 9 minutes. No. Actually, no, yeah, Rey Mysterio at 9 minutes. We had Randy Orton at 13 minutes. We had John Cena, he was in there for nearly half an hour. Seth Rollins there for 19 minutes. Nakamura there for 44 minutes. We had Bray Wyatt, he was in there for 20 minutes. Big E, 14 minutes. 29 minutes for Cien on Almas. He was a good, really good. I only had a match yesterday or the previous day, and I think he performed really, really well. Heath Slater was there for 33 seconds. Elias actually in there for 26 minutes. Finn Balor there for nearly the whole hour of the match. And Rusev getting a good time in there as well, which was nice to see. But Shinsuke Nakamura winning it. There was a lot of rumours about superstars that might be coming back. Of course, everyone wanted to see CM Punk. I don't think we'll ever see CM Punk back inside a WWE ring. There's a video on YouTube. Basically, someone interviewed him the day, or basically why he left WWE. And WWE do have a tendency to treat superstars like dirt. And, this guy was the forefront of their roster for 2011, 2012, 2013. Kind of started dying in 2014 when he left. But they kept asking him to work with different superstars. Brock Lesnar, Ryback, The Shield, John Cena, The Rock. This guy has wrestled with some of the greatest, The Undertaker, and he never managed to get that main event in the... never managed to get the main event, which was sad. But it's not all doom and gloom, I guess, at the end of the day, that we didn't get to see CM Punk back. Maybe it's best we keep him that way. We also had rumours that The Undertaker might be competing. What's happening with The Undertaker? He hasn't officially retired. I think if he had actually officially confirmed his retirement from professional wrestling, he would have got a much bigger send-off than putting his hat, his gloves, his cloak, or his hat, or his coat down in the middle of the ring, WrestleMania last year, and leaving. I think he would have had a bigger than that. Will we see him at WrestleMania this year? I don't know. The guy's getting on now. He's in his 50s. Will we see him? I don't know. Other ones that we had rumours for, we thought that EC3 was going to be competing in the Rumble. He's actually signed to NXT from TNA, another wrestling promotion that I do watch. There was rumours that Batista might be coming back. He still might be coming back, but didn't make an appearance in the Rumble. Jeff Hardy didn't make it to the Rumble, still with injury. Daniel Bryan, the SmackDown Live general manager, was rumoured to actually be in the Rumble and win the Rumble. Didn't happen. I don't think WWE will ever medically clear him fit to be another wrestler again, because he was told he couldn't wrestle again, but he's worked, he's trained, and I think that when his contract is up, I think he might as well just go wrestle on the indie scene, if I'm being honest, because I don't think WWE will ever give him a chance in that ring again, and that is what he wants. But that is basically what happened in the Royal Rumble. There were some good performances. Kofi Kingston again doing some weird stuff, keeping in the Rumble, falling out the ring. and not making his feet touch the floor, which is, it's happened for many, many years. But we'll move on. So the next match was, I believe, for the Raw. It was either the Raw Tag Team Championship match or the Universal Championship match. We'll do the Raw Tag Team Championship match first. So that was Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan, the new, what WWE trying to push him as the baby face, just like his on-screen father, Kurt Angle. Obviously, it's not actually his dad, it's just part of the promotion and what they're doing to try and promote him as a wrestler. And I don't think it worked, and that's why they did drop the belts to the Bar, which was Sheamus and Cesaro, two very talented athletes, two very talented wrestlers. And I think that maybe they should push Seth Rollins as a singles competitor, seeing as Dean Ambrose is injured and won't be back for many months to come. So I think they should push him as a singles competitor, break the tag team. He's good enough to be as a singles competitor. And Jason Jordan as well, I think they should be reuniting him, either drafting him to SmackDown or drafting Chad Gable to Raw, bringing back American Alpha, because that is when he looked best. And I don't like this whole new babyface, whiny face character that they're bringing with him. And he's getting a lot of stick. I mean, he's almost getting as much stick as Roman Reigns did when he came in at number 28, which everyone thought he was going to win the Rumble. But no, they have got the Elimination Chamber, and he'll probably book himself into WrestleMania for that, because we already know, or it's basically already been confirmed, that it's going to be Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. So I would guess the Elimination Chamber, Roman Reigns is going to win that, and he's going to book himself the number one contender spot to challenge Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. But talking to Brock Lesnar, he did have a match last night. One of the most disappointing matches, I think. Basically, just three giants slugging it out for the Universal Championship. If you haven't watched WWE in a while, when the two brands split, so SmackDown and Raw, in about 2012, I think they merged together. Then they split again in 2016. So they now have a Universal Championship, which is basically the WWE Championship for Raw. I mean, the world, there used to be the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship. They got fused together into one belt. They got fused together in one belt when, I think it was in a WrestleMania where that happened. I think Daniel Bryan actually won that match. They got put together, and then when the Raw and SmackDown split, they had to make sure that obviously both brands had a top champion and a mid-tier champion, so they had to do that. They also had to make a Raw and Women's SmackDown champion, and also a Raw and SmackDown Women's champion, and then a Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Championship as well. Then you got the Intercontinental and the United States Championship. They seem to be switching up every year from brand to brand, which is nice to see. Whether we'll have that again this year, there's bound to be another superstar shake-up, but whether we'll see the Intercontinental and US Championships swap over to the other brand again, I do not know. But we had Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman versus Kane in a triple threat match for the Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar obviously picking up the win. It's a shame. The rumours are they're giving Kane one last push because he's actually thinking about retirement. So obviously, why not give him one last push? I'm surprised they didn't give that push to The Undertaker if he was going to retire. Or if he is retired, but I think he's just getting on that little bit too much. And obviously he had a bad problem with his hip, which he had to have, I believe, surgically repaired. Similar to the Big Show, actually, he's actually injured at the moment and doesn't look like he's coming back into the wrestling ring either. But, I don't like seeing the two giants going up against each other. I'd like to see a mid or low weight caliber, size caliber superstar go up against the giant. The match itself was basically just filled with all these superstars slugging each other, beating the crap out of each other, putting each other through tables, and then Brock Lesnar F5ing two of them, picking up Braun Strowman, putting him for a table, picking up Kane, putting him for a table, and then putting Kane for another table in the ring, covering down for the 1, 2, 3, and he did get the win. And I think it is time, after WrestleMania he would have held, if he wins at WrestleMania, which I don't think he will, I think he'll do WrestleMania and then go probably back to MMA again, because he has openly said before, this is Brock Lesnar, excuse me, he's openly said before that he doesn't enjoy wrestling, he does it because they're paying him nice money and he's good at it. So I think that the title will change hands at WrestleMania to Roman Reigns, which I don't have a problem with Roman Reigns, but the other people seem to. But it planned out, and that was... It was a very disappointing match, I like to see a good match, for that. Maybe a match similar to the NXT title the night before, but no, they had to have 3 giants because Vince McMahon doesn't know what a 21st century superstar looks like. But anyway, moving on to the final match of the Royal Rumble event, it was the Women's Royal Rumble match, the first ever Women's Royal Rumble match. History made, Stephanie McMahon on the announce table, and boy oh boy did we have some competitors. We had some people coming back from the past. Let's see if I can Google, because I only watched it like an hour ago, but I can't remember who the hell was in this at all. Okay, let's see. Let's see if the Sun have got anything for me here. Okay, yeah, they do. So we had starting off competitors, 2 of the biggest competitors in the match of the modern day women's wrestling, Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch. Then, after that, we had number 3, Sarah Logan, Mandy Rose, Lita coming back. What can I say about Lita? They had to bring some of the old women wrestlers back because they don't have the numbers on the 2 rosters, plus a couple of NXT call-ups to fill 30 people. So they had to have some old or returning female WWE superstars coming back. So Lita came back, looked like she was wearing granny pants. Then we had Kairi Sane. We had Tamina, obviously Jimmy Snooker's, I believe it's I believe that's her dad. Then we had Dana Brooke, Tori Wilson coming back, another nostalgia from about 10 years ago, or even more than that, maybe 10, 15 years ago. Didn't last long. The nostalgia acts are good, but you're not expecting them to stay long in the Rumble because, let's be honest, they haven't signed another full-term contract at WWE, and they're not going to be there, the week after they're here, because WWE, Vince McMahon, threw a load of money at them and said, please come and compete for us in the Rumble, and they said, you know what, fine. There was this competitor in the match, which I'll get onto when I go past her, but I think that she was put in as a late competitor rather than someone that was planned to be in there. Because obviously Alicia Fox was confirmed injured on that night by the general manager of Raw, Kurt Angle, and she couldn't compete, so they had to find someone to stand in. But anyway, we had Tori Wilson, then we had Sonya Deville, Liv Morgan, Molly Holly, obviously hardcore champion, came back, looked alright, but again, thrown out pretty quickly. Then had Lana. Michelle McCool came back. Now, Michelle McCool came in and kicked ass. She had eliminated about 4 people. If there was one of the old-time people that wasn't actually officially, hasn't been on the roster for a couple of years, that was to come back, I'd love to see Michelle McCool come back. Obviously, the wife of The Undertaker. But I believe they're both happily retired and would never make a full-time return to wrestling. Then after that, we had Ruby Riott. We had Vickie Guerrero, the legendary Vickie Guerrero, with the excuse me, came in the ring and got dumped out pretty quickly. Again, maybe she was the stand-in for Alicia Fox, I don't know. We then had Carmella, Natalya, Kelly. Now, the Kelly. Oh, let me just pull something up for you guys. Let me just pull something up, because I don't know if any of you, I don't know if I'm allowed to show this, but Kelly was, she was always a very, I don't know how, I can't show very explicit ones, but let's just go with, she was quite pornographic. She's an American model now. I don't know if this is the most up-to-date photo, but that is Kelly Kelly. If any of you haven't seen her, you know, she is a very, very, you know, a lot of people, you know, they only say, you only watch wrestling for the female superstars. No. Okay, naughty. But after Kelly Kelly, Naomi Jacqueline, first ever women's champion, she came back in. Again, got dumped out pretty quickly. Then we had Nia Jax, Ember Moon, Beth Phoenix. I like Beth Phoenix, but again, she got dumped out pretty quickly. Then I had Asuka come in, who was the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble. Again, still undefeated. Asuka, I love Asuka, man. She's a great female competitor. You know, really versatile, undefeated. Who doesn't like an undefeated superstar? I certainly would never not like an undefeated superstar. We then had Mickie James, Nikki Bella, Brie Bella. Wasn't expecting both the Bella twins back, if any of them, but they both came back. Bayley and then Trish Stratus coming in at number 30. Again, don't think Trish will make a full-time return. The last three were actually Asuka and the Bella twins. Now, to have the Bella twins at the last two or three indicates to me that the WWE hinting that they're going to be back maybe on a more full-time basis. Again, I can't say anything about that. Who eliminated who, I do not know. There was a lot of WrestleMania things going down. You know, now booked. Basically, I think it's gonna be Asuka versus Alexa Bliss, because there is no draft until after WrestleMania. So it will be Asuka, Alexa Bliss as one of the championship matches. Will we have anyone else in that match though? We cannot confirm, because after the whole show had ended, everyone was out the ring. Well, not everyone, but we had the two champions and Asuka inside the ring. One very special woman came into the ring, who was Ronda freaking Rousey. Rowdy Ronda Rousey came into the ring, pointed at the WrestleMania sign, the trademark point at the WrestleMania sign. Bang! She wants a WrestleMania match. Now, will she go up against Charlotte Flair? Will it be Alexa Bliss? Will it be a Fatal 4? Will it be a Fatal 3 or a Triple Threat? Will it be a Fatal 4-Way? We do not know. We'll have to find out. But this is why the road to WrestleMania is the most exciting part of the WWE calendar, because you never know what is going to go down. You never know if anyone is going to return. And I want to see some good female matches. I want to see some good male matches. I want to see a freaking great WrestleMania. And WWE haven't yet, you know, WrestleMania never really disappoints. There's always one good match. But will we be seeing The Undertaker in the WrestleMania match or in a WWE ring again? We will have to wait and find out. But Ronda Rousey, she wants in at WrestleMania and is rumoured to have signed a full-term official WWE contract, which is awesome. Who doesn't like Ronda Rousey? A lot of people saying, you lost in UFC, now you're going to go and fight. You can't win a real fight, so why not go and win a fake fight? Yeah, fuck you, haters. But, I'm sorry, okay, if you don't like WWE, you don't like professional wrestling, then you probably haven't made it to the end of this. But I like professional wrestling, and I will openly talk about it against people that look at me weirdly, and I'd go, oh, I'm gonna go home and watch the wrestling highlights, and people look at me weirdly, and I go, yes, I watch professional wrestling. It's not just for 12-year-olds. You can have adults watching professional wrestling. It's not a crime. So guys, apologies for the camera change. My camera battery did die, and I don't have another one to swap it with, so I'm gonna have to do the rest of this on the webcam. But luckily, you've only got the outro to do, so hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, as always, to show your support, make sure you do drop a like on the video. Comment down below, what were your thoughts on WWE? Do you watch WWE? Did you watch the Royal Rumble? Did the right people win the right matches? Also, if you haven't done so already, make sure you do subscribe. I do make other videos apart from free videos, which are my daily series at 8:30 PM every day. If I'm not uploading, then if you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat, I do post on there if something is going to be late or I'm not going to be able to make an upload for that day. Also, make sure you turn on them post notifications to make sure you never miss an upload, because if the video doesn't hit your sub boxes, likeliness is you probably won't know that the video has gone live, which is also why you should follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Snapchat in the description below, because I do post on there when the video is up, and then you can be one of the first to watch it. And also, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a share on the video as well. It'd be very much appreciated. But thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you all enjoy the rest of your days. Stop by at 8:30 today. Got a brand new epic Trading to Glory episode 14. I can't wait. Hopefully I'll see you all there and I'll catch you in the next video. Goodbye.